everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Flares, and today we're going to be doing another speed build on my spring island. Today we're going to be doing Nooks Cranny, and I'm going to give it a bit of a spring twist, do a little bit of a market area out front. Hopefully it will turn out okay. So let's get our hard hat on and start work. What I've done already is kind of mapped out the area with the dirt path, because nobody needs to see me laying down dirt path. It's not exciting, it's not fun. But what you might want me to see laying down is my overlaid path, which is, if you've seen my previous video on my entrance, is this lovely light brick overgrown path. I really love the green color on it. It's just really nice. It's got a few different centerpieces, so you'll see how I put that down later. And for now, I'm just going to put down the edges, make it a nice kind of courtyard plaza type area, and then we're going to go ahead and put some stalls and some goodies in the middle area for people to come and do their shopping. I mean, because Nooks Cranny is alright, but it only offers you, what, 5 items? That's not enough to do your daily shopping, or if you want to go on a shopping spree. So we shall give them more options, and hopefully they will enjoy this. I decided to put a bit of a centerpiece in the middle. I tried using the round topiary, but I quickly changed my mind about that. I had like a vision and it didn't come to fruition, so I was a bit upset about that. But it just blocked the doorway and didn't look right. So here I am just filling in the rest of the path. You might notice I'm using the custom design app for this. I just find it easier because there's 3 different styles of centerpieces, as I said earlier, so it's easy to just swap in between and get kind of like a mixed matched or mismatched kind of vibe going on with it, which I quite like. And then I decided to add in some flowers in the center here and use the park clock. I thought this wasn't so overbearing, slightly more delicate, and it's kind of something that you would see in like a plaza area. So you know when it's home time, when you've spent too long at the shops. So that was my thinking behind that. And then I'm going to work on what to put outside, directly outside of Nooks Cranny. Don't worry, I don't use the donation box, so I don't really need access to that. Likewise, I don't really need access to the banner which tells you what the hot item is, because if I'm that bothered, I will go in the shop and just ask. But I think it's all about aesthetics for me, so functionality is kind of out the window. So I've gone for the plant partition and the wood partition in front. Shout out to Canada Crossing for making me fall in love with the wood partitions. Yes, I've admitted it, there you go. I do love the wood partitions, and I haven't yet used a barrel on this island, which isn't good. Maybe I'm just gonna have to dedicate a whole room in my house just to barrels, because they're just not fitting with this vibe, and Nintendo didn't make them customizable, so what are you gonna do? I struggled so much, I'm going to be honest, you'll see it anyway, but I struggled so much with where to place the stalls and the covered counters. It really was kind of like trial and error, see what works. I decided to try and go with the covered counters. As much as I love them, they are quite overbearing. They're very tall, they're beautiful, I love all the detail in them, but it was a struggle. So I decided to leave that, put that aside for a minute, and work on this little picnic area down here. It's literally just a little filler area, not going to be that functional, but it was a cute little area that I thought I could use one of these blankets for and do something really adorable. So I've used the director's chair, I've customized it and used a small round covered table, which I love. And I added in a little duck pond because this is one of my favorite things on this island. Having lots of bunnies and ducks and things, it just screams spring to me. So I'm definitely going to fill them all over my island. And I'm okay with that. I love the idea of it, and I think they're really cute. This acted like a nice kind of deflection away from Nooks Cranny and the struggle with the stalls. So if you're struggling on an area, and I'm sure lots of you are, some of you do have that issue where you just get a block, then come away from it, go back to it later. We will figure out the stalls. It's just where my brain was at the time, it just wasn't working. So for the edges of the plaza area, I'm going to add in some flowers and mix in some fences. I don't tend to do long lines of fencing just because I feel like it's too much. But just here and there, just a few little fences is nice. And I'm finally getting to use the white picket fence, which I love. So I'm back with some more items. I decided to try the stools, give them a go instead of the covered counters, or work them alongside it. So the placement was still a problem, but it did kind of give me some options to play with, so it wasn't so heavy because the stools are shorter than the big covered counters. I thought about having the whole kind of market section down in this little corner, but because of the way the path is, it just didn't look quite right, and I wouldn't have been able to replicate it on the other side, which I think this area does call for some symmetry, and that would have prevented that, unfortunately. So I kind of put the stools down this end, which I feel like it was the best of a bad bunch. And then the vertical banner, which you might have seen earlier, I do love it, and I custom designed it and I thought it would be perfect. I didn't really have any kind of like signs or anything to go with it, so I just chose a fabric pattern, which I think worked well. And who knew that you could put wooden boxes on top of covered counters? I thought that that was a really nice touch. Probably a bit too bulky to go on there, like decoration wise, but it's a good thing to know. I've decided, because of the way that this section is in the middle, to add in a ranch table and have that as kind of like the cashier desk for the whole of the market. It's not a big market, so each individual stall might just go to one place to pay. That's kind of my rationale behind that. And then the scooter, what build would be complete without a scooter or a bike? So I've gone for the cream scooter here. And then I'm just going to try and play around with some items here. I'm not sure what to put here, but the recycled paper bundle will do for now. And then I've got some items to decorate around, some smaller items. So I'm just going to have a play and see what looks good. It's kind of hard sometimes because you don't know what is going to look good placed down until you actually do it. I've got quite a few flower items and different kind of things that you might purchase when you're out shopping. The trumpet was available in Nooks Cranny today, so I just had to buy it, and I was just gonna have a play around with it, see if I could make it work, because I thought it was actually quite cute. I'm not a musician or anything, but I do quite like the instruments in the game. I quickly ran out of small items, so I went and grabbed some more. I've added in the topiary on the corner there, and then this menu board, I thought it was quite nice to not have it forward facing, but turn it on the side so that it gives the idea that when people are walking into the market they can see it. I also decided to add in an ABD machine just for convenience, and it's a lovely green colour, so I thought it would work nicely in the area, and it's also quite fitting because when you're out shopping maybe you need some cash, particularly at small marketplaces. They definitely prefer cash, so there we go. And then just placing down small items. I've got a little flower stall, some clothes, shoe boxes here. I really struggled deciding where to put this, but I put some boots on top just to make it super cute, add in a little extra detail. In the end I decided to push it down so it was half covering the grass, half covering the path. And then I wanted to include this lovely vase. One of my favorite items from the 2.0 update. It's such a lovely muted green, and it's got those little details on it. I don't know why we didn't have such lovely things before, but it definitely is a cute item to use. And then just adding some filler items as well, some more green themed items. The duster is another cute item which I thought will just be nice, just popped on top of the wooden box there, and a milk can as well. And then I'm just going to work on this little side corner here. Again, I'm just going to do what I did before, just mix in some fence with some flowers and some custom designs. Nothing too exciting, but it does just help finish it. And I decided to add in my favourite hat, which of course is the wide brim straw hat, one of my absolute favourites. And then I struggled what to do either side of Nooks Cranny. I did try and use the fences. Not sure how I really felt about them. They just felt very industrial and a bit too kind of clunky. I didn't like how there was such a big gap between Nooks Cranny and the actual fence, and that's because of where the kind of boardwalk is. So I decided to add in a truck, just to give the idea of like the deliveries and stuff, and it's still a really, really nice item. I haven't put anything particular down around it. I just thought if I just leave it there, it looks like it's parked up, ready to go. So that's kind of cute. And then it was just a matter of kind of decorating around it. I do need to do the cliffs and stuff. I haven't decided what I'm going to do up there behind it yet. It's probably going to be quite a natural area. It is very close to my resident services up there, so we shall see what I do in a later video, or perhaps on stream. I can't wait to get back to streaming with you guys. I miss it so much. But there we go. So just flowers, a little wheat field, you know. You don't know how many wheat fields I have ordered for this island. So many. But I love them, and they definitely scream spring to me. A little overgrown grass here and there. So here is the finished product. Here is my little artsy montage for you. I'm trying to be better at featuring these rather than just showing me running around, because I really think that you can get all the little details, get a proper overview as to what's going on, and I really quite like it. It's a small marketplace, which is what I wanted, and I'm quite happy with it overall. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Please remember to like the video and subscribe if you're not already. I can't wait to show you more builds from this island. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.